Hey everyone, Christina Del Rey here with your yearly forecast for the year 2021. As always, thank you for watching, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and share, please. Enjoy. Hello Scorpio, welcome to your 2021 forecast. And we start the year off with Mars going into Taurus on January 7th. So Mars is your ruler, one of your rulers, so especially important for you. And it's been in a part of the sky for you that has to do with your work or your health and your day-to-day routines. So you have been learning a lot of lessons about those routines. And now you're going to take what you learned and you're going to transfer it over to relationships. And this can be relationships, work partnerships. This is some kind of, something that's been shaken up here for a while now because Uranus is there. Mars is going to, it's going to make you pay more attention to it. On January 20th, Mars meets up with Uranus, so this could be some kind of fireworks. This is a day where there could be a lot of tension, so, don't take it overboard. Use that energy to put to work your passions. Maybe if you're in a relationship, get some exercise together, do something fun together. But this is this is not a day where you want an argument with anyone, including bosses, anything like that. Okay. So, and maybe with your routine, how you were figuring that out, maybe you found a new way to advocate for yourself, or a new truth about yourself, and now you're able to communicate that into partnerships, in business partnerships, in romantic partnerships. So you want to take caution that you're not too enthusiastic or too passionate and come off as too much, but you also want to seem like you are motivated. So next we have Saturn, and Saturn is now in Aquarius in your 4th house. So there's big lessons here this year. Saturn moved in with Jupiter in January, and there is a blessing here for you somewhere in the home situation or real estate situation here. But you will have to work hard in this area. And then Saturn is going to square Uranus, which is in your relationship zone, in your partnership zone. So there's, shakeups between the home and partnership. So it's either the home in a relationship or the home in a business partnership. There's something going on there. This is an area of conflict, so it's going to make you make a move. Maybe you feel stuck in one house, but you want to have freedom. If you are in a relationship, you may have to talk about having more freedom in a relationship so you don't feel stuck in a relationship or stuck in a home. Or maybe you are, working on, having a home with somebody, and, you're trying to figure that, you're trying to navigate that. And we all know how that can, be an adjustment. But the dates for Uranus squaring Saturn are going to be February 17th, June 14th, and December 24th. So we're looking at, you putting a lot of work into the home or work into your family, and this kind of squaring off with a relationship or like some tension there, or like a business partnership. So maybe you are not able to do what you want in the home because of a relationship. There's some interesting dynamic here where you have to kind of let go of the old, keep what's good of the old, but you also have to have an element of freedom there too. So it's kind of like a struggle. And then we have Mercury retrograding in the air signs. So this last year might have been a little more emotional with Mercury retrograding in the water signs, but now it's going to be a different energy. This is more about independence and ideas and deeply reviewing relationships, independence, technology, networking, these types of these are the types of ideas that have to do with air. So the first one is going to be January 30th to February 20th, and that's going to happen again in that home area. So it's likely that you're reviewing where you live and what you can do to make it better and how you can feel not so stuck maybe. But just know that like Saturn and Jupiter here are bringing you an opportunity. So if you work really hard at this opportunity, it's going to pay off down the road, even if it doesn't feel like it right now. Okay, and then the second one, May 29th to June 22nd in Gemini. This is a part of the chart for you that has to do with joint finances. So joint finances, any kind of money that is your spouse's money or your partner's money. This could be money that comes to you from the government. This could be any kind of subsidy money or like grant money, any kind of money like that. Okay, so that this is going to be where you kind of have to start rethinking how you're using this money, or what you're going to do when you're independent of this money. So there's definitely like something here that you want to start thinking about, or maybe you're thinking about applying for another grant or something. There's something here that has to do with joint resources, could have to do with partners' money as well. And then September 26th to October 18th, it goes retrograde. Mercury goes retrograde in Libra, and this really has to do with a more spiritual side of you, endings. This could be you thinking about perhaps maybe even like, servicing somewhere behind the scenes, or maybe you're just spending a lot of time alone, but you are rethinking something in this hidden 12th house, maybe your subconscious thoughts, maybe helping the sick, or, you could be thinking about helping those that are less fortunate, maybe that are, locked in a place where they don't want to be. But these ideas, these ideas are going to be something that you'll be reviewing at that time. And then we have Jupiter for just a very brief time, May 13th to the 28th, going into Pisces, and that's another water sign like you. So that is going to be really nice for you. And this is when I think opportunities for relationships are really going to you're going to get a glimpse for that. If you want to have children again, this might be the time for that. But it's just going to be that short time. And then what happens in 2022 is going to be when this all really takes effect. So you're just going to kind of get a glimpse of this. But 2022 looks big for relationships for Scorpios. Okay. And we want to look at the eclipse axis for you as well. So eclipses are shakeups, they're resets, they're points of crises. So something has to happen for us to change, right? We don't just change because we just want to change. We change because something pushes us to change, and that's what eclipses do for us. So May 26th, we have a lunar eclipse at 5 degrees Sagittarius. So for you, this is happening in a part of the chart that has to do with your income. So this is a lunar eclipse, so this is like a culmination. So this can either be a reward or it can be an ending. But there's something that has to do with your money and how you make it. So a big deal. And also your self-esteem too. This could culminate your self-esteem. There could be some kind of clarity here too, because Mercury is Mercury is part of this as well. Okay, so June 10th, a solar eclipse in Gemini. So again, we're back to those government funding, or like your partner's money, or money that you get from the government, or like a grant from the government, or this could be child support. But there's some kind of new beginning here. So you might decide that you're going to apply for something. And we talked about Saturn being in your home area. So maybe you're applying for money for a house. That's very possible. You know, maybe you're getting a new job and you're trying to, you know, get a house. These are all things that are possible with this. November 19th, lunar eclipse, 27 degrees Taurus. So this is kind of one off of the air signs, but this is happening for you in the area of relationships. So this can be business partnerships or personal relationships. And for you, this is happening, this is like a culmination or like an ending. But it empowers you somehow. So this is where Uranus has been for a while. So relationships may have been, you know, kind of touchy, kind of unstable. So it's not, this might not stabilize your relationships, but there might be like some kind of wrap up here going on. It does square Jupiter and trines Pluto, that your ruler. So this might actually be very beneficial for you. And then on December 4th, we have a solar eclipse, 12 degrees Sagittarius, and it's going to be once again in your second house of income and self-esteem and material belongings. And so there's some kind of new, you know, there's some kind of new beginning here for you. So, you know, so take action in that area. It's a great year for you to, you know, to negotiate your money, to negotiate a better salary, to apply for any kind of money that could fund something that you want. This is probably a good year for that. Okay, and lastly, we have Venus in Capricorn going retrograde, but this doesn't happen until like the end of the year. So this happens in a part of the sky for you. Well, Venus is our relationships, right? So for you, this happens in a part of the sky that has to do with siblings, cousins, neighbors. So like, you know, extended family. It also has to do with the internet, and it has to do with skills that you have learned. Okay, so it's going to be you rethinking your talents, or maybe you rethinking skills that you've learned and maybe how you can apply them better. You're reviewing your relationships and your relationship goals, your values, and your attachment to material things, and your attachment to money too, and maybe goals on what you want to set, you know, for relationships and for money. And maybe even spiritual goals here too, or like maybe rethinking your thought process here too as well. But I do feel like it ties into relationships, because Venus rules the 7th house. So it does seem like, you know, you're trying to navigate a relationship issue here. And that continues on into January of 2022. Okay, Scorpio, it will be a great year.